All right then. So now in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a loading animation that uses a bouncing line and shifting text, right? So I'm going to break it down step by step and I'm going to help you to understand how it works and how to build and how to customize it completely from the scratch just by using your pure HTML and CSS, right? So let's go ahead and create this bouncing line and shifting text animation for the loader. So I'm going to close this and collapse this. I'm going to create a new folder over here called 10UI. And oops, not, I don't need to create. I'm just going to duplicate this one and I'm going to rename this into 10UI. Perfect. In the index, I'm going to delete everything. And in the assets, CSS, I'm going to literally delete everything. And I'm going to change the color into 282828. Save it. Save it, and let me get back over here, refresh it, open the 10UI. There we go. Perfect. Now inside over here, what I'm going to do is let's bring the HTML structure for this example, right? So which is basically the structure is loaded into the common division, and we have this loader, the slider, and we have the text. For that, I'm going to create dot loader, and inside this loader I'm going to create the loader text, which is going to be span tag. Then I'm going to create one more span tag with the slide, right? These are the things. Okay, so let's go ahead and start customizing the styles. So the first one, which is going to be the loader. Let's start with the container. So loader. For this, I'm going to fix the width as 80 pixels and height as 50 pixels and the position as the relative position. Perfect. Then next, what we need to do is we need to start writing the animation for your text. So I'm going to bring this dot loader text. Position needs to be absolute. Top 0, margin 0, padding 0, and the color, which is going to be hash C8B6FF, right? Then the font size, which is going to be 0.8 or em. Then letter spacing, which is going to be 1 pixel. So far we don't even have any text in over there, so don't worry about that, we can work it out later. Animation, which is going to be text underscore 01, 3.5 seconds, is both infinite, right? Then so basically we are positioning the text on the top left corner, right? So now what I have to do is we finish the positioning the text. Next we need to go on for the slide, right? And we don't have any text message, we don't have any text, right, on the yes, we don't have we didn't written any text over there. So basically that will be, wait a minute, um which needs to be, the text needs to be loading. Yes, we need to, yep, I missed it here. Yep, now you can see that loading text, my bad. Okay, so now we have the loaded text. Then we need to target the slide which is inside. So I'm going to copy this slide and I'm going to say dot slide, open it. The background color of that slide, which is going to be hash 9A79FF. Then border radius, which is going to be 15 pixels, 50 pixels. Display needs to be block. Then height needs to be 16 pixels. Then width needs to be 16 pixel. Yep, now I can see that. Then it needs to be pinned to the bottom. Then position needs to be the absolute position, just like that. Then transform translate x 64 pixel, right? Then animation, which is going to be loading slide, oops, loading slide 3.5 seconds is both infinite times, right? Then right after here, dot slide colon before, open it. Position needs to be absolute position. Then content needs to be the empty content, right? And that needs to access the width as 100% and height as well as the 100%. And the background color needs to be hash D1C2FF. Then the border radius, which is going to be inherit. Then animation, which is going to be let's say loading slide 2, something like that. Loading slide 2 3.5 seconds is both infinite. Save it. Now all we have to do is to start working with our keyframes. So the very first keyframe, which is going to be text01. So at keyframes text01, which is basically going to be we need to animate on 0%, 40%, 80%, 90%, and 100%, right? So let's go ahead and create those percentage levels first. So 0%, letter spacing needs to be 1 pixel, and transform translate x needs to be 0 pixels, and on 40%, letter spacing needs to be 2 pixels, and transform translate x needs to be 26 pixels. Right now you can see it's moving back and forth. Let's make some quite other animations. Letter spacing needs to be 1 pixels again, and transform translate x needs to be 32 pixels. Okay, then at 90% letter spacing, which is going to be 2 pixels again, and transform translate x needs to be 0 pixels. Then at 100% letter spacing, which is going to be 1 pixels again, and at the transform translate x, it's going to be 0 pixels. Now that's for your loading text, which is perfectly fine. And next, what we need to do, we need to do the animation steps for your loading slide. At keyframes loading slide 0%, I'm gonna say width as 16 pixels, and transform translate x, which is going to be 0 pixels, and 40% width, which is going to be 100%, and transform translate x, it's going to be 0 pixels, something like that. Then for 80%, width needs to be 16 pixels, and transform translate x, it's going to be 64 pixels. Then at 90%, width again needs to be 100%, then transform translate x needs to be 0 pixels now. Then now there is a slight lag at the 100 percentage, so I just need to say width needs to be again 16 pixels. Transform translate is equals to translate x equals to 0 pixels. Perfect, right? Now let's go for this sliding 2 animations. At keyframe sliding 2 animations at 0 percentage, transform translate x is equals to 0 pixel and width is equals to 16 pixel. Yes, then 40 percentage, which is transform translate x is equals to 0 percentage and width is equals to oops, not 100 percentage, 80 percentage. Then at 80 percentage, width needs to be 100 percentage. Then transform translate x is equals to 0 pixels. At 90 percentage, width is equals to 80 percentage. Transform translate x equals to 15 pixels. At 100 percentage, which is equals to transform translate x equals to 0 pixels and width is equals to 16 pixels. All right, so now that is perfectly fine. So that is what exactly we wanted, right? Which is working smoothly as it's supposed to. All right, so we successfully created that animation effect, which is the bouncing line and the shifting text, right? So let's move on to the next one.